5 seconds remaining.
Game started.
OG's turn
Sweet.
to ban. Team Liquid's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Team Liquid's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Liquid's turn to ban.
Alright, playing some ads.
Okay.
OG's turn to pick.
Go live. Hello and welcome back to the EPICENTER Major EU Closed Qualifiers. This is the playoffs, the first round of the upper bracket. So you have OG playing off versus Team Liquid in a best-of-3 series, and they are currently 1-1. A final game will now be played to decide who's going to make it through to the upper bracket. And if you're telling me you can predict the winner, then I will not believe you. My name is Nomad, and joining me is Theben, aka 1437. How is it going, sir?
Going good, man. This is most interesting and hype games I've seen in a very long time. Looking forward to what adjustments these are making, and if you look at this game, the only adjustment that happened is there's a Monkey King banned by Liquid.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still Radiant, it's still first pick for OG, Liquid is still second pick, there's still Enigma available in the pool, OG still open Earthshaker. So
on, let's get something different. Well, they can't pick the Monkey King first phase anymore, so OG have to switch things up a little bit. Are Team Liquid going to go for the Sand King Enigma?
They might. I mean, to be honest, if you look at both of the games, they could have went either way. It was like it's like a coin flip, right? Like only very small things that need to be adjusted. For me, in terms of Liquid as to why they lost the second game compared to the first game, is in the first game they last picked Miracle's hero. In the second game, they last picked Matumba Man's hero. And the hero that they last picked from Matumba Man wasn't even a hero that can like beat the enemy mid laner in a 1v1 matchup. So Liquid were actually playing behind on all three lanes from the very beginning, which, you know, in this kind of Dota, in this kind of meta, like the laning stage, the first 5 minutes matter a lot. So I think if they have a better laning stage and they have the better carry, like given to Miracle, who can out-carry Ana, then I feel they're in a much better situation to win the game. Because you saw how the Sven was out-carried in the late game by the Morphling, and also the Monkey King to an extent.
Yeah, it was very obvious when you had those team fights coming in. The later it went, the less the Sven was able to do, the less damage he was able to get off. And yeah, just the control there was easily enough. Made you kind of question the Midas pickup, but I think it was the right one, because he wouldn't have had nearly enough items to actually even fight up in a lot of those situations there if he didn't go for it. So that is indeed the right call in my opinion. But Liquid are going to swap it up a little bit now as they open up with an Abaddon and a Shadow Shaman.
And we're definitely not seeing a Monkey King again.
No, that guy's in the bin.
Yeah, Abaddon Shadow Shaman is really interesting. Like Abaddon as a support, he's really good at carrying a carry's farm. It doesn't matter who it is, and can also put a lot of pressure in terms of like the advantage and disadvantage of regen in the laning stage. And one of the partners that Abaddon needs for his support is that hero who can be ranged and have disables. So Shadow Shaman is the perfect hero for that. Another hero that's like similar to Shadow Shaman is like Lion, right? But Shadow Shaman obviously has Serpent Wards that can also help them take towers, which Abaddon is like not that good at doing unless he has high levels in his. And OG are going to go straight for the NP. And the reason for this NP pick is because that hero can counter both of these supports in the laning. And when you're drafting, you want to like counter your opponent heroes like one at a time. So when they pick these two heroes, if they didn't pick some kind of core that is good against these two supports, then they're going to fall a bit behind in the drafts. Even though this NP might get countered by a core in Liquid's draft later, at least the NP is going to be giving a hard time for the 2 supports on Liquid, no matter which lane he goes into.
OG's turn to ban.
Very well, yeah, well stated there. The Nature's Prophet pick, definitely a good pickup for OG. And of course, can be played by either No-Tail or Seb. So the Drow Ranger banned out by Team Liquid. Of course, NP and Drow is not a nice combination. But yeah, as you mentioned, I think in the first draft, it's super interesting how this Drow is kind of just being ignored. She's not the first phase pickup like she's been for every other team in these qualifiers.
5 seconds.
Yeah, like I said in the first game, the Drow, every team kind of has like this one strategy they want to play against Drow Ranger if it gets picked up early. But if you like already start picking heroes and then you cannot go into that strategy anymore, then you're gonna have to respect the Drow Ranger and ban it, or else maybe you will just get cheesed by a super strong hero. Drow and OG banning the Morphling, because Morphling Abaddon is like very popular lane that we've seen past few months, where Abaddon can just make up for the Morphling's weak laning for the first 2 levels, get him all the farm that he needs, like he's kind of like a shield, or give him the regen, whatever. That was a really good ban, because definitely Liquid would have thought about picking it right away. Liquid going for the Beastmaster, so they're trying to like how do you say it? They're trying to match up with OG's tempo in terms of like being able to objectives, trying to like speed up the game. Because if they fall behind, they just pick like a bunch of team fighters and that need to like group up together. Then OG is just gonna split push you non-stop, take all your objectives, go where you're not, and avoid you, and then get enough net worth where they can jam it down your throat. So.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's the plan of the Beastmaster, and they've got a ton of push with this hero as well. Also, the abilities to clear out some of those trees, which the Nature's Prophet is so fond of using. The Sprout can just be cleared out by the Wild Axes, but OG, with the 3rd pick, Terrorblade, they want to give this guy a spin this time around.
Yeah, I think this was kind of like a block pick as well. I actually think this Terrorblade was a beautiful pick because it's really good against Beast in laning. He has very high armor, and Beastmaster's skill set is like everything is vertical, so he can lane against Beast really well. And on top of that, now Liquid can't get the TB for themselves, where TB Abaddon can like really lane well against Nature's Prophet and have complete free farm in the lane. Really like that pick. This is going to give them that carry that they have. And they also banned the Morphling already, who's the counter to the Terrorblade. It's come down to the carry matchups, like I spoke about earlier, and them banning out this Morphling. And Troll also to an extent is good against TB. And them picking up this TB in a kind of like an uncountered situation. Then of course Liquid can't pick up Batrider, right? They already have Beastmaster. Mind control.
Yeah, and despite we've seen Bat occasionally in the 4 position right now, when you've got the Shaman and the Abaddon, there's just no flexibility here for Liquid in this draft, which is a problem they kind of brought themselves into here. Meanwhile OG, they've got the Nature's Prophet and the Earthshaker, which they will move positions around quite easily.
Ooh,
but
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I was trying to get in that prediction just before, but I want to make the previous point beforehand. But that would have been stolen, because of course you said that Leshrac was very good versus the TB, I believe, in the first draft as well. So we do see that magic coming out.
Magic damage is really nice, and Liquid is like really speeding up this game, like they have so much tower push potential. They can just go to any tier 1 with 4 or 5 heroes, and that OG, they don't really want to fight you 5v5 because they have the Nature's Prophet, right? And the Terrorblade wants to farm for the majority of the early game. So Liquid is like really aiming for that early game tempo and take all your objectives, try not to give OG the space on the map. That Pugna pickup to counter the Leshrac, and also, it's like both teams are trying to match each other's power pushing potential. How fast that they can take objectives. They don't want to fall behind one another, or else like one team is going to have to always go back to defend the tower pushes, so you don't want to be in that situation. So OG pick up the Pugna, not only does it counter Leshrac, but can also provide you some more tower push potential.
Yeah, absolutely can. Another ward going to be very useful versus the Leshrac in this match here. not bad against the other heroes. Obviously, nice to have that shaman trying to just get off that shackles and keeps him nice and still for an easy life drain for Pugner. But yeah, mostly it's a response to Leshrac, and I guess the ability to decrepify some heroes against like the boars and such, and whatever carry they pick up as well. Where do we think this Pugner's going to be laning? Is it a Seb Pugner? Is it a Topson Pugner? I know Topson really loves it.
It's going to be a Topson. It's going to be a Topson Pugner for sure.
No doubt.
They're gonna want to pick either Seb hero or No-Tail hero here. Might be No-Tail playing the Nature's Prophet, where he's just going to support the Terrorblade, because those two together can lane against Beastmaster +1 quite easily. So
10 seconds remaining.
maybe we can see something come.
5 seconds remaining.
I actually don't mind Seb playing Batrider, even though he's playing against Abaddon. Like, the point of the Bat is like he's the nuisance in lane, and he can also like split push and get these pickoffs. And it's not like Abaddon can just cast his skills perfectly all the time. Just a position 5 with brown boots or tranquil boots, or I feel it can be really good. Also countering whatever hero that. We'll see. I mean, OG is like, when it comes to this last pick, it's so hard to predict when it comes between these two.
Yeah, exactly.
They're so creative in like the kind of drafts that they pick. Like, if you watch a Chinese team, you can almost predict every single pick that they're gonna make. But when it comes to like OG and Liquid, it's so difficult. Every game they just change up their playstyle.
How far are Liquid into OG's heads though when they ban out the Brood when they have an Earthshaker and a Pugner on their team? That's pretty crazy to me.
That they really don't want that.
No, they recognize that actually Melty Brood doesn't even care about the counters anymore. He's just going to farm so efficiently that he's going to win the lane regardless of who's against him. Last pick for OG. Any predictions here? Anything you want to try and guess?
Oh jeez. Is there an Oracle? There is an Oracle.
Oracle's available. Could be an option.
Oracle could be good, yeah, for if they want to pick a No-Tail hero here. But for Seb,
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
okay, they pick a Seb hero instead. They're gonna go for the
all the way through the draft, actually. Yeah,
jeez, yeah. I didn't even realize that hero was not banned. That's incredible. They got a Sankey. So now they need to think about the Miracle. Okay, so it's gonna be No-Tail playing Nature's Prophet. So Miracle already knows what's gonna be in this lane. It's gonna be either Sanking or an NP plus Terrible.
10
He's gonna want to
remaining.
play something who can also do really good against Terrible. Unless he's playing Leshrac and they pick Matumba Man Lycan or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you reckon Liquid are just gonna go all out in the push now and just try and end this game?
Sven can be interesting too. Like, they can just play like a tempo lineup where they can just, use their stuns, kill heroes, take towers like that. But
yeah, I feel like I don't have some quite decent. I mean,
they have 2 seconds. They're down to the last second here. Medusa.
Oh my god. Okay, that's not tempo at all. That's up at the other end.
Yeah.
Team Liquid, they always like to try and secure themselves a late game. That is something which I've noticed a lot from this team. But
hold on. Miracle's playing Leshrac. Did he misclick? Because I'm pretty sure Miracle's the one who always plays Medusa.
Well, no one's picking now. This does seem weird. Miracle Leshrac is not what I've expected, but Matu does pick up that Medusa.
Yeah. I was definitely looking at like, okay, Miracle, what are you gonna suggest for your team? I wouldn't imagine Miracle suggesting like Dusa in this kind of game, but then it looks like he was just gonna play the Leshrac anyway. So let's just assume that he was gonna play the Leshrac anyway.
Okay, alright, let's just put our minds to rest. It's not something we'll ever get an answer to, at least not during the game, so we'll just assume that Miracle is deliberately playing this Leshrac here in the middle lane, and I imagine he's going mid with it.
Maybe he's going side lane, but he doesn't have any like heroes to set him up with, unless it's the Shadow Shaman going with the Leshrac and Baron going with the Beast, likely as kind of a weird draft at this point, like being rounded up with the Dusa.
Let's not forget that every game so far, Liquid have aggressively tri-laned around these heroes. It could be Kuro, GH, and Miracle all headed to that bottom lane together. Matu in mid and Mind Control in the safe lane by himself, as we've seen every match so far.
I have some concerns with the Sanking, like laning against Beast. I think that's favorable for the Sanking, and also the Earthshaker. Like if he rotates to the Nature's Prophet and Terrorblade lane, like they're gonna have kill potential as well, right? He can always like fissure block, use the trends to also block some heroes, and then TB with the meta can just keep hitting someone, killing them. There's a lot of mind games for sure going on in this draft. Like this Medusa suddenly picked out of nowhere. Like I feel Liquid felt a bit of pressure when they saw this TB and the Leshrac being countered by the Pugna. They wanted to really get something late game.
Alrighty, well, as Liquid marching into battle here, it is going to be setting up for the final game between these two teams in this best of 3 series. It's going to be Liquid versus OG in this best of 3 to find out who's going to be making it through to the winners bracket finals and who's going to be knocked down to the losers to play up a little bit more Dota. Last games have been absolutely phenomenal. This game setting up to be maybe a little bit different. There's no this miracle big hard carry coming out. As they are really spamming down these charts right now. I'm finding it hard to keep track of my own thoughts here. As both teams really laying in hard on the chat wheel.
I think you can just give up talking for like the first 20 seconds of the game, because every team's really gonna do that.
Yeah,
every team. You just let them have their moment. That's their opening. You know how like you go to a game and then you announce the teams and then they have their songs music, or whatever. Yeah, exactly. That's the team's opening. Let them have it.
Far from music, I'm afraid.
It does look like Liquid is going to do their aggro challenge again. I swear, the last 10 games they've gone aggro challenge. I'm not sure if people caught on to this or not, or like they're gonna change anything in terms of that, but yeah, Liquid have gone aggro challenge every single game. But Timmerman is gonna be middle on his Dusa. He's gonna fight against the Pugna, and then he's just gonna keep burning his mana, do his best. My concern here is like how Medusa is not a really easy hero to stay on the mid lane with when OG are gonna start like surrounding the tower. Because the Shaker is gonna come around, Psyche is gonna come around, Nature's Prophet is gonna TP in, and Pugna is always gonna be able to like pressure this tower. So I'm worried like what's gonna happen after the 5-minute mark. Before that, it looks like Liquid are gonna have a pretty decent time getting through the bounty runes. But this game they do get 2 bounties each.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Actually, literally no one went for the top runes until Anna walked up by himself to grab them. And nice block from Jarek's going to leave just the range creep to come forwards here and that'll get killed off nice and quickly and push the lane back into Anna's favor. So this is probably
they're gonna dodge
up they wanted. Yeah,
they're dodging the tri-lane so that the TB can just fight against the Beastmaster. Like that was their plan, right? They wanted TB to lane against the Beast, have this high armor hero.
Yeah, this is very curious actually, because previously we've seen them just mashing the carries into each other, but this time around, it's Miracle on the Leshrac, so it's really difficult for for Anna to ever really take that matchup favorably. So he just ends up in another lane trying to get some farm up here, but they've moved GH across. So finally, the aggressive tri-lane from Liquid is broken as GH moves up to the top lane to fight up against Anna and trying to put a bit more pressure on him.
Yeah, I think this is actually favorable for Liquid now because they broke the tri-lane, right? Maybe OG was expecting the tri-lane and it's the dual lane instead, because the hero supporting the Terrorblade is the Earthshaker, not the Nature's Prophet, right? So he's not going to be able to help him too much, and the Shaman's going to be able to harass this TB quite a bit. His damage is magic damage, and he's not going to care too much about this high armor from the and he has so much like base damage on Shaman, like even does have high armor right now, they're gonna hurt him quite a bit.
Yeah, he's only got so much armor. Talking about high damage, No Tail's been chasing Kuroki around the map, but yeah, an early rotation in from Jerax, but he gets spotted out quickly here, so no chance for him to go for the block here. And double damage from No Tail. I think he wasn't hitting hard enough.
Look at Miracle, he actually tried to like pull some creep. Oh, he tried to stop the pull from happening, but yeah, this is so hard for the Abaddon to like lane into the Nature's Prophet trends and just getting right-clicked in general. And this tanking like is offlaner playing in the safe lane, he's having an amazing time. Miracle is like not able to really farm as well as he would like to because there's no setup stuns in this lane, right? Whenever you see Leshrac played, he's always playing with another setup stun who can utilize damage output Leshrac has.
Onto GH, but not really looking to follow off on the skill, especially with GH running through the trees like that. If the shot comes in onto Jerax. really doesn't trade well. This is a horrible lane for an Earthshaker to be in, honestly.
Yeah, and Anna has to pop his meta now to like secure some masses. He cannot actually contest his Beastmaster.
Taking out GH, and Anna will be able to get a couple of Metamorphosis hits onto him here. Just bringing him down a little bit further, but yeah, not a huge amount done to GH here as he's continuing his reign of terror here in the top lane. Shaman, very scary to play against.
Like Liquid is winning. Liquid is really winning the top lane, not farm. But bottom is like the same, right? The Leshak is not farming so well with the Nature's Prophet always pulling creep waves.
Yeah, they're just getting a lot more efficiency out of it. Seb having a fairly nice time down here, 18-2. But I want to look towards his middle lane as Topson and Matu laning up against each other. Matu Dusa, which is kind of proven a bit troublesome for Topson so far, as he's winning on the CS, but the Snake's bringing him down super low and draining all of his mana away as well.
That's a lot of denies.
That is a lot of denies, yeah.
That is a lot of, yeah, he's got his bottle. He's just gonna heal up, go back. I mean, Matuma is gonna get a completely free wave here, but
he's got no boots. He's moving at 3-3-3 movement space. He can just sprint back to base. Meanwhile, up at top, they're going on to Arno a little bit here. They don't have a ton of lockdown to work with, though. GH trying to close the gap to get a shackle in, perhaps, but they're just kind of content on forcing them back out of the lane. Like, they don't really want to risk anything, get too carried away trying to go for kills when they can just take control up here.
Did you see Mind Control running into the fur box, so maybe it'll clap the Terror Blade and they'll get a kill like that? That was really cool. Trying to do that. You know, like the little things top players do.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, so the NP pulling, getting XP. I mean, things are gonna pop off the moment the bounty runes spawn and then the catapult waves start coming out.
Alright, you reckon that's the first blood timing?
Yep. After that.
Alright. After that, all hell breaks loose. It's gonna hit the fan.
Yep. Because we, like I said, like everything was really slow in the early game because neither sides have like much kill potential on it. Unless someone really messes up. Okay, Miracle.
Moving on to No-Tail here, but coming up to the high ground here. Seb's moving himself in. The bounty rune will go to Miracle, but the bow strike onto 2. Seb, he's not interested in the runes. He just wants to get the kill right now, but Miracle just runs straight past Seb and is like, thank you very much. And that's going to be 3 bounty runes going the way of Liquid. OG unable to pick themselves up any more than the singular one.
They want Kuroki, they don't want this guy.
They want it, and the Burrow Strike will find it. And Miracle actually getting beaten down as well. They might get themselves 2 here. Oh, No-Tail just with the right click damage. The Edict comes in, but there's actually a Fisher coming in from the sidelines as Jax gets involved. No-Tail will die in response, and now the shackles out onto Seb, but there's no follow-up damage. Not inside the tower range. The Aether Shock, the Mist Coil. It's not enough as he's got a South coming in for himself as well.
Where's No-Tail gonna go next? There's a catapult wave on middle. He's gonna TP mid, he's gonna refill the bottle, and they're gonna try to see if they can apply some pressure here onto the Dusa and his tower. And yeah, like, and there's the first blood, right? Right after the bounty.
Yeah, that's everything as predicted. Good job.
Hell is breaking loose already. Like now is where the chaos is really gonna start because everybody is already moving, leaving their lanes, and the towers are gonna be pressured a little bit here and there. And this Nature's Prophet is really trying to find the place where he can apply some pressure. But mid tower is gonna be safe for now. Dusa actually doesn't have much mana. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Jarex are coming in from behind. Moving on to Matu here. Matu has no idea. Crabfire comes out, but Fisher as well. No-Tail on top of him with the Sprout. He's just stuck. He's absolutely stuck. And the damage coming down nice and quickly here. It's taking a little bit longer than we expected. No-Tail will come in with a right click and find the kill, but meanwhile they punish down in the bottom lane. They realize the supports are gone, and Liquid quickly put an end to Seb's existence. But this middle lane tower not going to last very long to Topson and No-Tail here. The pushing power is severe, despite it only being 7 minutes into this game.
Yeah, Baden didn't have his TP up there to try and save the Medusa, so he had to kind of die that moment. And we said the pressure is here. The chaos is here. Oh, 2 supports. What are you doing here, guys?
No, they're gonna find GH. GH getting very low indeed. Actually, Jax turns around to get the fissure onto Kuroki as well. Doesn't lead to another kill. There's that kind of heads-up play, which, it stops him saving the Shaman any further. And the tower will certainly go down as Jax uses the Enchant Tome to finish it up there. Meanwhile, up at top, Ana's in a bit of trouble. Mind Control and Ana both very, very low to one another. He's actually used the Sunder, and then it looks like the Beastmaster's got him low once again, so Ana has to make the walk back to base as this shrine is still on cooldown.
Do you remember how we had like 2 really epic games, and you know it was like for even this is gonna be a lot of chaos happening here with both of the teams, because you can see how like this Leshrac is positioning himself bottom to try and take this tower. He's like so aggressively like farming and trying to take these objectives. So means there's gonna be a lot of fighting happening.
Seb, he's being jumped upon now as the split earth chained up perfectly, and there is no chance for him to get out of this one. Just coming into the wrong neck of the woods, I'm afraid.
And Medusa, you know, even though she did lose her tower, like she's not that far behind. You know, like this is just like 100 gold for Medusa. That's nothing. She's just gonna farm out the mid lane, go into the woods again, and then it's gonna be hard for OG to get there. Oh, okay, alright, Thompson.
Look at this taunt as he goes for the life drain, but Medusa with the snake will actually get her his mana back and make it okay.
That's the most Thompson thing I've seen the whole series.
I didn't even know he could taunt whilst doing that. He just goes and sits on his face and dances around.
Yeah, look at OG, like they really want to defend this tower. They know the longer they can hold this tower down.
Look at Miracle though, just from the tree lines trying to get that edict in. They're sending in the tree and so just trying to absorb some of the edict. They can't do anything though. Miracle is just taking the tower. It's no problem. They try to go in for the deny. It doesn't happen. Miracle gets his bottom tier 1 tower, so now 1 for 1 on the objectives. They have so much aggression on these towers, yet so little defense between the two teams. Oh, Seb could be caught out again as there is a sentry wall coming down. They use the Hex, the bow strike away though. Seb could be okay, but no, they find him with the shackles. Now this edict, look at the damage coming through onto Seb. He cannot withstand it. Down goes OG's offlaner, and yeah, they get themselves a tower, get themselves a kill, and now look to just basically farm up as much as possible down here.
Thompson top lane, he's had enough sitting middle doing absolutely nothing, so...
Thompson once again right on top of the Beastmaster here, but again just doesn't have quite enough damage to finish the job.
He's not using his Nether Blast.
He's not, is he?
Yeah, he's not using his Nether Blast right after the Decrepify. I think he just like thinking about harassing and just getting HP and mana back. I mean, it's good enough, right? The Beastmaster has exited the top lane, and now the Terrorblade can just farm and push the tower on his own.
They're looking forward here, but GH is leading the charge. They've got this Observe Ward here, so they didn't quite see him until he was coming in, but they do get themselves these bounty runes.
Did you notice his skill build? He has max Decrepify, not Nether Blast.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time I think I've seen this one.
Huh.
Maybe Thompson has done it before. I think he's done it. I might have done it before. I don't remember. I haven't seen this in a while for sure. I mean, Seb is having like such a hard time ever since the Shadow Shaman rotated to the bottom lane and has been killing him with the setup stun Leshrac. Like he was so comfortable the early game because there was only an Abaddon and Leshrac there, right? But then he never expected the Shadow Shaman to just also sit there with the Shaman now. Now he's died like 3 times already since then. Top lane, they're just going for the next tower. They don't care. They're just, you know, going one tower after the other. And it looks like Miracle is doing Matumba Man's job and Matumba Man is doing Miracle's job.
Yeah, this is really a weird switch of roles here. As you said, not a lot I'm used to seeing from Liquid whatsoever, but, well...
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I feel like Liquid are gonna have a lot more presence out of this game from all 5 of the players.
And this edict is coming hard onto this tower. There is not going to be a response. Actually, there is, as Thompson just gets roared up straight away, and his health just disappears. Zeb TP's into this one, looking for the bow strike onto Miracle here as Anna joins in with that Metamorphosis. It's too much damage, but the one comes in, keeps Miracle alive. GH on the sidelines, blocked off by Jerax here. The wall comes through. GH trying to squeeze himself around it, but that's not going to happen. GH finished off, but it's a small kill they get for that. They lose Pugner and they lose their top lane tower as well. OG with a very, very small recompense.
Yeah, I think Liquid are so happy with that. Like, getting the tower and Leshrac lives and Dusa's always farming. Like, I think OG's objective should be to just try to go for towers themselves instead of like defending, because they have a lot of tower damage as well. And whenever you collapse on a tower, you surround it, you have so much more vision around that area and you can control the team fight as you want. But you saw top lane, like the Pugna, like defending the tower, he just got roared and instantly died. That's what's gonna happen every time you try to defend towers without, like, you know, the Sankey already being
running forwards onto mind control here. They've got the Sandstorm, they've got the Bow Strike as well, they've got Finn as well. They've got the Shroud to come out, and now Thompson joining in, and with the life drain will be able to finish off mind control. They get a kill
this is
at the top. This is a
proactive move from OG right now. You can see how it benefits them so well. They're gonna be able to take a tower, they kill the Beastmaster, and Kuroki, he has his ulti. They're gonna commit to this kill.
With this Qualifier
no one
slowed him right down inside his ultimate and allowed him to get the easy pick off onto Kuroki. Usually such an annoying hero to kill. As Thompson just comes in to throw in some more nether blasts under this tower here. Notel pushing in the creep waves. He's going to have those treants available in 5 seconds. Meanwhile at mid, Ana moving forwards onto Miracle there. Miracle actually has no mana.
Thanking.
But he's got himself some drums. A Burrow Strike is not far enough. And he's now on a mana as well as the stun comes through. Notel, he doesn't have much health there. He's actually just TP'd into his own demise. Miracle. What? Miracle?
I can't believe he actually just did that. He just right-clicked the Nature's Prophet down and didn't even die.
Heads up, play another roll. It's onto Ana, but the Burrow Strike through onto 2-Step, trying to save his carry. Ana needs to get a little bit further away. Thompson going to actually heal him up, and there's a Sunder coming through. Beastmaster thought he could come in for the sneaky snipe, but instead gets sneaky snipped himself. Meanwhile, an Echo Slam comes down. They're looking for 2 here. They actually bring down GH straight up. Jerax in deep. Kind of trying to chase down the 2 men and Kuroki. Who do they go for? They actually throw down the trees onto the Medusa here. Burrow Strike through. She throws down the stone gates. It's going to slow her down with the... Oh no, Jerax. Jerax in a really bad position as Miracle's respawn is right on top of him, and also Seb held still and brought down as well. They're going to find 2 return kills here. OG getting a little bit too zealous with Miracle's buyback coming in. Actually, I don't even think he bought back. I think he just respawned. Yeah, it's that early into the game.
Oh yeah. He didn't even die.
Oh, he didn't die, did he? No, he didn't die in the middle lane. So, yeah.
He's the one who killed him with 0 mana. I mean, Seb missing the stun there, that was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Like Miracle is really showing all his mechanic skills in this.
There comes the stun. Nicely done as well from Jerax, just to keep Miracle inside that box. He comes into the enchant totem as well. Trying to hold them back for the time being, Jerax. But Liquid really taking control of this side of the map. Seb with the ultimate Burrow Strike through onto 2 as well. That is absolutely beautiful. Holding him still. Can they actually get any damage off? GH goes down.
Alive. They only
Miracle just flat out pounces away.
Shaoxiao died mid to the... That was...
Radiant are scanning.
So let's look at Dusa's farm. How is he doing? He's... And TB also really close to man. I mean, they actually have the same amount of net worth on both sides. I mean, the Leshak is the tilting factor here.
Yeah, always on one as he comes pouncing onto Pugner here. He's got this nether wart down, but Miracle, he doesn't care. He's pumping out more enough damage to bring down Thompson. Thompson staying alive a little bit longer than intended, and Leshak has dropped a little bit low to this, but the heals are coming through thick and fast from Kuroki, allowing him to chase some more. They want themselves Ana. Ana has the Sunder, needs that nice held target to get to, but actually the trees will allow him just to escape all the same. Notel throws his life in to save the Terrorblade. A sacrifice for a life for a life.
Dire's bottom tower.
Bottom also out the lane.
Snake's coming down though. GH grabs him as well. Miracle straight on top of him here. The split up comes out. The Burrow Strike forward, but it's not enough to get Seb out of there. That's 3 deaths for OG in quick succession. 2 in the top lane, 1 down here in bottom, and Miracle partner to all of them here as he's now got this full Yule Scepter built up. That's going to be coming out to him very soon. He actually just moves his way to the top of net worth. Excuse me, coming through.
He's actually in every single kill in this game for Liquid. He's actually been in every single kill. He's literally doing everything.
5, 1, and 6.
Yeah, he's actually just doing everything. Like even in game 1 and game 2, he was incredible as well. He's definitely in top shape. Very strong understanding of like what he needs to. Man is having farming as fast as he can.
They're going forward here. They really want to bring down this Leshak. Notel knowing he has to keep his distance. Ana trying to close the gap as well, but there's just really not a follow-up here from OG.
Oh, what?
Oh, what's it?
Nice. Echo Slam, Blink Dagger.
Yeah, they find him with the Blink Dagger reveal in the middle lane. They weren't going on him at all. They just wanted to draw their attention down to this bottom lane. OG, they do it.
It was, no man was going for the midway. Already ready. That's really big because now the TV has some time to gap between top. Beastmaster just split pushing non-stop, and this top tower is actually in a lot of threats as well. Like even they take this tier 1 bottom, if they lose the top tower it's not worth it. So Terrorblade's just gonna TP back and defend it. They're not gonna get this tier 1 bottom either, right? One blast away or two blast away.
Yeah, you don't want to get it denied, especially with Miracle waiting in the sidelines here, looking for a jump. Seb just hanging really far back inside the sandstorm. The sentry comes down and forces Seb to get himself away. That's the Manta style picked up by the Terrorblade now, so he's going to have that Purge and the Illusions available to help him farm up as much as possible, along with that Conjure Image. Meanwhile, Medusa just making her way around the jungle. She's about to hit her timing as well, so really neck and neck between these two players right now. In fact, the only difference between them is that one has a magic wand and one has a Quelling Blade. Otherwise, everything exactly the same. Both in farm and almost gold, as well as Anna's just 200 gold ahead, really negligible. Meanwhile, Seb and Thompson are kind of hanging around in the trees here. Kuroki pings out. He says, wait a minute, I think I know what's going on here. And a quick blink away from Seb. Thompson, though, might be found out. He's actually just going for the straight up TP away and will be successful in doing so. Meanwhile, Seb blinking around. They're taking a lot of damage from this nether. Well, they're not really, actually. It's just making a lot of noise. But Sand King has been caught out. The Yaw's out. The Stomp as well. They'll finish off the Sand King and turn around
just
and get
a level
the
one
as well.
When they get skilled up, then.
Yeah, it feels like Liquid are really trying to milk this timing whilst it is at a low level to try and get as much work done on this map as possible as Miracle leads a charge onto the bottom lane. They certainly are. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Anna's Illusions are pushing it out, but Matu is here. Will be able to defend quite easily from those. OG though, they're coming in, they got Miracle inside the trees. They're trying to go for the life stream, but the Yules is out to cancel it from the left track. Meanwhile, the Roar just comes straight in onto No-Tail here. He's just trying to run in as much as possible, trying to fight them up, because Anna is behind, but they're not going to be able to get any kind of damage off here.
Wow, they killed
Jerax is just sniped up behind here. GH.
Okay, this Leshrac Abaddon combo is absolutely insane. They're just running away from every fight. It's always living on Miracle.
It's so hard to take him down.
With 100 HP and he just walked away. He has drums, he just pops the drums and walks away, and then the meta is wasted, all their skills are wasted, their TPs are really like buying so much space. Liquid side for this dude to just keep on farming.
Top tower is under attack.
They're getting like a lot of pressure also. They're gonna get 3 bounty runes. Still man place them. Top side them.
Very nicely done indeed, says Matu. Just you know, helping out his team, getting these bounties, doing a little bit here. But yeah, it's definitely the Matu and it's the Anna show. Both these two just farming away. I mean, are they going for they're going for the same item again? The literal same builds.
So I think like OG need to think about how they can make a smoke play and create some kind of tempo with these blink daggers they have. Okay.
Oh, Yules. Really strike through 3 though. That might help Thompson out a little bit as he's trying to run himself away, and also the Fisher as well, stopping the split earth. No-Tail TP's in once again. Sacrificial lamb. No-Tail is. They won't be able to get anybody else from this, it looks like. Though the hasted Leshrac just sprinting forwards here. Thompson into the tree line.
Leshrac is absolutely bad and just. The Baron is the Leshrac's tail.
Yeah.
You always know where he is and like cannot kill this Leshrac because of it.
Super annoying hero. Although
Jared just gonna help take a tower.
Is he setting up something? Not really. I mean, he's got the slam, but it's no creeps around. It's not really the initiation they want right now. It's TB just pushing out this top lane with the illusions as well, trying to get them to move around a little bit. Meanwhile, they found Jerax, the bow strike in from Seb, going to cancel out, and now the Echo comes down. There's a lot of damage through onto Miracle. Can they finish him off though? Jerax needs to get himself away, but Miracle is dead. Kuroki also the ultimate pop as Anna just turns to stone in the middle of everybody, but he doesn't really care. He can continue chasing forward. They're looking for Matu. They want the big target. Look, the pings coming out onto him. Bring down this Medusa. Can they do it though? The stone gate is already used. The mana is getting ripped through, but she's just turning around with a split shot here. Kuroki actually running onto No-Tail. He needs to get himself away. The Roar comes down now onto Anna. They're looking to turn this one. Liquid are in, and they've taken down Thompson. Anna with the Sunder, but he can't really fight off, especially not with the snakes snipping into him. Seb just running around the backlines. Anna needs to run. He needs something here to help him out here as Thompson tries to turn around, but the Ether Shock from GH will finish the job inside that decrepit point. Now Thompson, he actually brought back into this one, but will not be chased. But goodness me, another bad fight for OG. It's getting too many. They did manage to put an end to Miracle, but it was a huge cost to do that.
They really came out ahead on the fight when they killed the Leshrac, but instead of killing the easier targets, they went straight to the Dusa, who had her ultimate and full magic wand charges, so the advantage is also...
Okay. Taking advantage of the fact that his ultimate is down, so it's something.
Yeah, I didn't think he expected that to happen at all. Liquid are not... it looked like a really good fight for OG. Tanking stunned follow up from the Yos. Ashek, but I think they just focused the wrong target. Need to tone it down and just try to kill the easy targets first. Because Dusa can't actually just run away from him. So slow, look at her. She has Manta, Agility Tread, and Ultimate Orb, and she has like 360 movement. Focus her though, then the rest of Liquid can definitely do a lot of damage.
Oh, middle lane. Actually, Sep just gets stunned up. The Fissure is there, but there's not really any vital follow-up. So, Nutel, think of TP himself in.
You know the interaction between Bloodstone and Pugna's Netherward?
No.
So, if you use your Bloodstone and you have like 4 mana, you're gonna take like 1000 damage. Because like, the Bloodstone, how you activate is like a percentage of your mana. Whatever the cost is, use that, you're gonna take a lot of damage.
Alright, so Miracle needs to be cautious of that, but I'm sure he knows about that interaction, so we'll be very cautious.
I hope so.
I mean, I'm not
otherwise
sure we could be into some pretty funny stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many times Miracle has played against Pugna and Bob Bloodstones. He does play like all these agility. Very likely.
Service to imbalance.
So Mind Control's got this pipe finished up. He's actually just going straight in for the Crimson Guard as well. All of those auras is what he wants. Do they have a Greaves on anybody? They don't seem to, but I don't think it's a big issue this game. There's not a ton to purge off. I mean, maybe the Decrepify, but in terms of the aura as well, it's always nice, but just choosing to go for the Crimson Guard. Obviously, a very efficient pickup versus both the Prophet and the, of course, the Terrorblade, the bigger target.
You just want to get the damage mitigation. See how hard it was to already kill the Leshrac with just one Abaddon there, right? So imagine like trying to kill Medusa and Leshrac on top of like Abaddon, Pipe, Crimson, Dominator, HP. Very difficult. They're not gonna have enough damage output. What OG need to do is they need to get to the late game with this a lot of items. Damage mitigate items Liquid have are not gonna.
Topson just sniping some Hawks here.
Got the
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Top tier 2 tower barely lasts any time at all actually with this
they're just
edict.
going straight to the high ground. OG's not ready to defend this.
Well, the snake's coming down.
First.
The edict is there. Seb using that sandstorm just to try and get himself in position for some kind of initiation here, but the tower's getting low. It's down to 50% HP. They're trying to kill these snakes, but Thompson's just the only one hitting them, and he's doing nothing at all. They get the tower, and there is little response from OG just yet. They need to do something here. They've got this this nether ward up, but that's about it. As Fisher comes through, Matu forced forward here into the Burrow Strike as well. Medusa in some serious trouble as Anna starts unloading with that Eye of Skadi. Matu, well, he's actually not taking any damage right now. He is running out of mana, but then the snake comes back and just heals him all the way back up again. Thank you very much, level 15 talent. And they just take the racks and get themselves out. They lose nothing. It costs them nothing. Not even a single ultimate.
They didn't even use Stone.
Okay, snakes.
They don't care. There's an Abaddon who's like behind them, always protecting them. And OG had to even commit their meta there. I feel their best way for OG to fight is they commit everything onto this Leshrac, right? And he goes low HP, and then clicks his Bloodstone when he has 4 mana. Gonna do like 500 mana X whatever the Netherward's damage is, and it kills himself.
Liquid is still interested here, but OG are pretty well set up for this one. They're trying to blow up GH just in time here, but he actually managed to get the blink out. The Decrepify's onto him, and now the Hex out onto the Earthshaker. Surely they find this kill at least as the Decrepify comes out. The Echo Slam on top of him as well, and Jerax will find that kill, but that is an Echo Slam committed for GH as Seb coming through. He actually buys back into this one. Liquid cares so much about the momentum of this game. They are not even willing to let a hero be dead for any amount of time.
Like the open AI strat, right? You don't want to be outnumbered, and they actually could get a pick up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not gonna go for the Miracle is chasing the Pugna. He's so fast. He has 540.
Disco Pony cometh, but Thompson guesses the right direction. But this is the bigger problem right now. Roshan is being attempted by Team Liquid. I don't even think OG are going to respond to this one, honestly. I really don't think they are. Seb's in a good position to do something about it, but I mean, other than a steal, there's really no chance they're pinging stuff out here, but they don't even have a creep to send in or anything like that, so if Seb wants to do this, it has to be completely blind, and he certainly will not. He goes to cut the creep wave instead. Matu with an Aegis, hitting that level 20 now.
That's
Eagle
the
Song.
talent right there.
Dire's
Minus
top tower has fallen.
7-second cooldown.
Dire's middle tower
Infinite mana.
Let's be real, all of Medusa's talents are OP.
I mean, the key, I'll tell you this, the key item in the magic stick, magic wand. I've seen so many Dusas, they don't buy this magic wand, and it's so much value. Like, you drop down to no mana, you click your wand, you get some mana, you throw your snake out, you get full mana, now you can, like, fight again.
radiant.
If you don't have a wand, and
Let's do some math. So 15 health and mana per charge, which means per charge, 2.5, I believe, yeah, damage per mana. So that makes the wand per charge is 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 7.5. Are you keeping up?
no, you go ahead.
Oh god. Alright, well, it's a lot of health per charge, so yeah. It's very, very efficient on Matu. Maths. This is not a mathematics stream. This is a Dota stream, and boy, are we getting it. So TP away in the trees from Seb here as he goes to cut the wave once again, just trying to make as much space as possible. They really want to try and push these waves out. Thompson even heading up to the top lane. He's brought himself a Blink Dagger and a Dagon, by the way, as he's up to top.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Pushing it in, pushing it in.
Radiant's bottom
He's not
shrine
having a good-
has fallen.
Like, ever since he killed that tier 1 tower mid, he's had a really difficult time finding his place map, like, where...
And that tier 1 tower mid was pretty early on, but it looks like OG are finally setting themselves up to fight as they bring out this BKB on the Terrorblade. So Medusa goes for the butterfly, TB goes for the BKB. I don't see them ever killing this Medusa, to be honest.
Radiant's
Like,
middle tower
Aegis,
is under
they got to get everybody else first, surely. Leshrac just
Right, like,
straight
they
over
know
the
they're all
high ground,
positioned.
yeah.
They're all positioned around mid, so he just ran into the bottom where OG...
Nutel coming in from the backlines, and Jax as well. Seb also coming in, but Echo comes out. Not doing that much work though, as, well, Alan's going to let himself get frozen up. GH is dead, Nutel's dead as well. Seb's still trying to play it around here as well. He's just kind of running away on the backlines. Ana still just tanking up on the front here, but he's out of mana. He needs to get himself away. Jarek's trying to time the Fisher nicely here as the Thunder comes out onto the Leshrac. Miracle though, pops the Bloodstone, keeping himself alive, giving himself plenty of health. And Ana will go down to the split earth. Meanwhile, Seb tries to come in with an Echo and the backlines here, but it's not really doing anything. They just feel powerless on the side of OG. And it's looking like Liquid are going to be up onto the high ground right now. This might not be the explosive third game we were after. The
But it
buyback's
was
coming.
definitely a fast... They don't have too many monsters. Okay.
Oh, it's
they have
blocked
enough
off
damage.
Miracle here. Miracle's in a really bad position, but they're still able to get the heals across from Kuroki here. They're trying to force Tuffer away from the guy, just keeping him out. But Miracle just up onto the high ground, able to turn this one around. He survives through the entire damn thing. And now No-Tail's here, completely stuck in the middle of everybody, trying to go for the TP out. Not going to make it. The damage is too much. A split is going to help out as well. Fisher through to 2, but it's just not doing anything with this Netherworld
Kuroki
being
killed
taken down.
himself. Healing Miracle. I mean, that's the story of this game. Like, Kuroki
Yeah, pretty
just
much a
heals
metaphor,
Miracle,
isn't
and
it?
Miracle never dies. That's it. He's like always vomiting damage everywhere.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
17
attack.
seconds, they might have a chance to defend this middle lane of barracks, but this bottom one is almost certainly gone as they rip through the melee and look towards the range as well. The Fisher through onto 2. Miracle taking a fair amount of damage from the Netherworld there, just got to be a little bit cautious as Marty moves forwards onto Seb, who has to get himself away as well.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
That's two sides of X. Doesn't seem like he can do enough damage, huh? Against
He really
Liquid
doesn't.
heroes. Like,
He really doesn't. He's just trying to hit into anybody he can see and just not doing anything. Even the Leshrac
like-
feels super tanky.
He has the survivability items, but he still doesn't have the damage items that he needs.
Yeah. So what's he got coming up next? He's going for that okay. But a miss micro there, I think. I just assumed I saw that and I was like, oh, that's Radiant Courier, but it was not.
Hotel. He's doing hotel things right now. You just want to plant some wards,
Well,
but then he found
actually
a
get the kill
miracle
into GH in the mid lane. Thompson just comes in with the Decrepify Dagon and a lot of heroes around here as well.
there. Got Dagon too. So hard to shut enough damage. They have Pipe, they have Vlads, they have Crimson, they have Dominator. They have so much HP from the auras alone. And of course, the Abaddon always healing you. This strat by Liquid is the way that Miracle is playing and the way that Kuroki is playing is they created so much tempo out of this game.
It's just been a death ball, and OG don't have any water to put it out with, and it looks like Liquid are up onto the high ground once again. The tower's just completely gone. The Netherward does come down. They're just hitting into this melee barracks here. This is not something OG can just let fall here. As Notel comes in, nearly dies for placing down the Sprout. There's the Stone Gaze being used. Ana with the reflection there, just trying to bring Matu down a little bit lower. But Seb, he's got to be careful. Nice heals there to stop the snake connecting. They could actually go for a kill onto Matu here. He doesn't have anything. As Jarex comes in with the Echo Slam, is it enough to bring down Medusa? That they need to get the kill onto Matu. If they do that, they would stand a chance this by Ana just piling in the damage. Finally brings him down, but Miracle with the BKB running onto the front line. Terrorblade needs a Sunder, will not find it, has no buyback. So it's going to be a really tricky hit from here on out. As well, Thompson, he's turning himself in a bit of trouble as Miracle runs him down. He's got the magical damage. Down goes Thompson, and the GG is called. OG lose this best of 3. Liquid will make it through to the upper bracket finals.
That was actually insane. Did you see how much damage they needed just to kill that Dusa? And he wasn't dying because the Abaddon kept healing him non-stop.
And the tip at the end, just the very